Chase Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. As it stands, as we continue on in the third quarter. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Well, they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 94 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And we'll get this in Miami territory, but not by much as he's down at 48. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game?
Open man is Jacoby Myers. He's got it. And he is going to pick up a Patriots first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Back to throw. Jones. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive. There with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Back to the running game with Mostert. Run here, run! And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is lets you feel like you're in control of this game even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you've taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Jake Bailey to kick off for the Patriots.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Cousins. Middle of the field to Jefferson. 3 yards remain for second down. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
They run again on first down. Cook. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the Patriots are going to take over at their own 41. Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Off the play fake. Jones. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. Looking for Thornton, and he's got him. Touchdown, New England. A big play there with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Pats are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. On for the extra point is Folk. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. Kenny Nwangu now out of his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. And now out comes Minnesota. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
We're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
I think the reason this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's in a full run by the time he gets the football.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Henry. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, they're going to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Folk next kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they got the turnover started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. The goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Well, this both sides of the football, and one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Cousins now. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10. And I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Patriots offense heads back out there, and we get another look at Tyquan Thornton. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Credit Zadarius Smith, able to get through and make that tackle for a loss.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
He's going to look deep down the field. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Patriots send out their punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. Well, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. We are headed to the 4th here on Thanksgiving night. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. On the return is Jones. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Patriots will have great starting position as they take over 1st and 10. They'll run right side with Mostert. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 143 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. To about the 26 here.
Mostert, the ball carrier. He was brought down at the 26.
Pickup of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Slant route, and he finds Thornton. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 15-yard line. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. But the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Up the middle they go with Mostert. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game. So he's really made his presence felt in this one.
Second down. Here's Mostert again. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Raheem Mostert with his 17th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Patriots add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point up and good by Folk, and that'll increase their lead to 28.
Jake Bailey to kick off for the Patriots.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. This complete left side to Aguilar. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
This ball completes and Thielen going across the middle. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Another 1st down there as this one goes for 25. To throw is Cousins. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Dietrich Wise able to record his 5th sack of the season. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Cousins. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try to throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
3rd and long for Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. change of field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
The Vikings unable to convert here on fourth. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Pats at the line ready to go. But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They could definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it, and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to give them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
From the 45 on second down, Jones, he's going to air one out. Looking for Thornton, and he's got him. Touchdown, New England. A great effort there. 55 yards. And the Patriots are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this fourth quarter lead. So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
Nuwanger now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. And now out comes Minnesota. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season. But in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
To throw again on second down. Cousins. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. The 30. 10. Touchdown, Vikings. Irv Smith Jr. His fourth touchdown of the year. And the Vikings get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Harkey adds the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as they get this up to the 29. And now out come the Patriots. And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concept.
He's got him in. Now the ball comes loose. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Here's a handoff to Mostert, and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose, and this belongs to the Vikings. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
On second down, Cousins again. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. And he's got his tight end, that's Smith. And he will have a Vikings first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing is Cousins. And complete, right side to Cook. So the completion good for just 3. At its 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
2nd down at 7. They'll throw again. Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Well, there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 31-yard line. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
A 2nd down throw for Cousins. Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late point.
And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Parkey with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The return is Jones from the end zone. Good-looking return set up here. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Patriots offense heads back out there, and we get another look at Tyquan Thornton. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdown.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to try and go deep again. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Now Jones. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Jones throwing on fourth down. Trying to lay one up deep. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots.